So here with Mark Bright, who's just done a panel talking about the ups and downs of the world of football and music as well, really.
Yeah,
It kind of was a bit of a crossover, wasn't it?
Spoonie was hosting, so he just said, look, might as well mix the two things, football or sport or media and music. So, yeah, it was some really interesting questions as well. I think it's nice when you can provide a good answer to a really good question. And there's a lot of them, especially for music, for Spoonie, when she's got a great insight too. So, yeah, he absolutely helped me today.
And what do you think about these sort of events? Do you think they'll become more important or should become more important in the world of football and sport?
Yeah, I think you look at it as mentoring. You know, you've been somewhere where someone is trying to or aspiring to get to, and you know, if you can help them in any way, and I think it's just one of those basic things of like human nature to try and help other people. You know, not about being paid, just obviously, Jason's missus just said, can you come along and do something? I said, yeah, all right, what do you want me to do? And then, yeah, of course, yeah. It's only what you do every day. If you meet someone on the street when they say, how do you get into the industry? How did you become a footballer? Life's about question and answers. So, yeah, if somebody goes away and has learned something that they didn't know prior to coming, then they're good things to be at. I mean, mentoring for footballers going into schools is quite normal, and telling the kids of the perils, and it's not easy, and blah. But yeah, I think anything like this where you've got a real cross-section of people from the community who've all gone on to do well, be it in the music industry, be it in football, be it in TV, acting, anything that anyone's done, they've all been where somebody else has been, wanting to be there, if that makes any sense. So you help them in any way you can to get from where they are to where you are and where you've been. And I think that's a basic requirement in life.
If you were to give one piece of advice to everyone who may be watching this on the internet who wasn't able to attend, or people who are watching back, what would it be?
If there's another one, go to it. If there's another seminar, go to it, because you probably watch some of the questions and think, well, why didn't somebody ask that, or why didn't somebody ask that? But today there's some good questions there, especially about breaking into the music industry, which I think Spoonie tried to help them with. Like keep your costs as low as possible. Try and be resourceful. Try and be inventive. Try and do something nobody else is doing. You can create a small video for cheap online now, and you've got to try and create a buzz around that with Facebook and Twitter. Social media. You can do that now, and once you create that buzz, people take an interest in it, and people like to break bands, like to break songs. And I thought it was really good advice for him to the people out there. So, if you're watching this on the internet and you're thinking, well, I'd find out when the next one is, and I'd go along. And if you've got questions about any of those industries, bombard people. Because what I said to one of the girls is, I said, what you should be prepared. Because if you've got you're asking him, how do you get your CD played at music companies? What you should be doing is coming up to him and saying, there's my CD. You said you'll listen to it. Now listen to it for me. And what she do? She pulled one out of a bag, came up and gave it to him. And then at the end, somebody gave some to Andrea, and they like that. So I'm going to listen to this. I'll be listening to the car on the way out because I'll come by the tube. But I'm going to listen to it, and if there's are the details there? Yeah, the details, everything's there. So if I think this is any good, I'll hand it to my friend who's in the music industry, and I'll say, look, I did a seminar, and I said, I'd listened to somebody's CD. Can you give them some feedback? And if he phones them, and he's got a really good artist, top-selling artist, and he said to them, listen, I've listened to the CD, this is what you need to do, A, B, and C. Then they get something from it, from just being here today. And, in life, that's all it's about, isn't it? Being at the right place at the right time. Exactly. So hopefully we can help somebody.
Finally then, one word to sum up today.
Awesome.
Brilliant. Well, we'll end it on that then. Thanks, Mark.